Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Master Trainer Zoom webinar number 8, the sales and marketing tips to accelerate your business growth. I have on the call with me Fabian Tejada, and I'm going to bring him on the video right now. Fabian, welcome. Fabian is located in South America, in Peru specifically. He is live from there now. He's a dear friend of mine. We did trainers training together back in 2016. He has done amazing things in his business. He is running one of the largest NLP training businesses in South America. He started only a few short years ago. He's in year 3 of the Master Trainer program. He is an expert at what he does. He teaches only in Spanish right now. So he's taken everything he's learned in trainers training, not only and presents it in Spanish, but has translated everything into Spanish. I see some Spanish speakers on here. His business name is AHPNL, which is basically jumbled up letters because it's in Spanish for the Association of the Hispanics, right?
Yes.
Hispanic Association in NLP, because it's PNL. He is an author of a book called What is Really Preventing You from Success? And I'm going to try my Spanish here. So what it is in Spanish is, ¿Qué es lo que realmente te impide tener éxito? So, how do I do? Okay. He has taken his practitioner trainings from the size of around 15 to near 60 in the last 3 years. He has run several master practitioners at, I think you said around 40, right?
Yes.
40. So this is amazing. He has amazing tips to share with you. He was trained, he's been in the field for several years, but he got trained with the Tad James Company because he knows it's the best, guys. So just know that you are learning quality stuff here. He has taken everything he knows. He has trademarked the Science of Success intro seminars. The book he wrote is an intro to NLP, timeline therapy, and coaching. What else? Am I missing anything else? Anyway, he is doing amazing. So he's going to share the tips on what has taken his business from here and accelerated growth in such a short amount of time. The format of this training is, again, he's going to present for about 20 minutes. I'm going to, at 10 minutes till the close of the webinar, it's about a 30-minute webinar. I'm going to take questions from you. So type them, make sure it says to all panelists, all attendees, so I can see it and forward them to him at the end. Enjoy. And Fabian, welcome and take it away.
Thank you. Thank you. For me, it's a pleasure to be in front of you. You know, if you know me, some of you guys know me because you were with me in my NLP trainers training, and then when I was assisting some NLP training. So I'm glad, I'm very happy, I'm very excited to be here. So let's start. So as Laura said, I built a really strong NLP company here in South America. Everything that we do is in Spanish, and we like to do the 4 certification program. So that's the way we built our company. That's the way we thought in the beginning that we should be teaching. So in that way, I have to build a program, and I have to teach the people what is timeline therapy for, hypnosis, and why they should be studying 4 of them, because it will give you advantage in your business, because we are the only company in South America that are really doing timeline therapy trainings. So we are very happy to do that, and we really believe that timeline therapy is the most powerful techniques that we've ever learned. So as we believe that, when we are selling and we are doing our marketing stuff, we say that we feel that. That's why I believe that people buy from us because we really believe what we are doing, and we really respect the program that Tad James Company has formulated, because for me is the best. As Lara said, for me is the best company in the world, is the #1 NLP teaching school in the world. So we believe that, we know that, and we reflect that when we are in front of people. So I believe that's the main thing that made our company really successful here in South America. So the things that I use, or the thing that really helped me to build my business, was first, I believe that this is very powerful and we all be learning this kind of stuff. That's the main thing that we knew when we started at the beginning. I say we because I started this with my partner, and he believed that he didn't train in NLP. Oh well, he trained in NLP with me, but he didn't know anything about NLP before I started doing this kind of trainings. But he believed the vision, so that's why we had a purpose at the beginning, and it was very strong because we had a lot of difficulties. We have a lot of things that we have to overcome because in South America, the people are starting knowing NLP and timeline therapy because of us. So we are very proud of that, because when they are talking about NLP, they are going to talk about Fabian or AHPNL. So that we did a really good job, but we worked a lot. In 2017 and 2018, I believe I only had 4 weekends without doing anything. So because we knew that we have to be in front of people, we have to keep learning a lot of stuff and keep improving, because we didn't know how to market in that moment. But now we believe that we do know how to do that in South America. So the first thing that I would like to recommend you is that really believe that this is powerful stuff and everyone has to know it. Because I have couples that are about to divorce and they didn't because of my trainings. I have people that were kind of broke, and when they got into the trainings, they are making a lot of money. So I have a lot of things that, for example, for parents, for kids, for professionals, for a lot of people that are really getting results from our trainings. And the thing is that the people in that moment, they don't want to learn and they don't want to spend anything in their trainings. But that's the problem, because they don't do that. That's why they have their problem. So if I wanted to reframe that, I have to believe that I can make changes in you, because what I do is working for me. What I do is have been working for a lot of people around the world, and it can work to you. So I believe that my message when I in front of people is, for example, I had an entrepreneur that said, I don't have any money, I am broke. So when they say that I am broke and I don't have the money to pay for your trainings, I say that's why you have to be in our trainings. And if you don't get the results while you are doing my trainings, I will get your money back. I said, I guess that was the best strong answer that we did in our trainings, and they got results. They already growing in their company, and we really have a lot of testimonies that show that. I believe we have more than 500 testimonies in YouTube, so you can reach them in YouTube. Just look for AHPNL, and we have a lot of them. We have more, but because we have more people in our trainings now, we don't have the time to interview them all. But we could have more than 500 testimonies on YouTube. So we believe in what we are doing, and I wanted to start saying that because I believe that you project what you believe, and we believe that that's why we have the results that we have. Because when we started here, we have very big companies that were doing coaching and some NLP, but not really NLP. But they didn't believe that they can change life. They didn't believe that they were doing this to help more people. And we did. We said, we believe we are better. We believe we represent the best company in the world. And I say that very often because it's true. And we develop everything that we can in order for us to give more resources to people when we were talking about NLP. So the thing is that when we were growing, we kind of find two kind of people that didn't know NLP and people that know NLP. So we had to treat them differently. But at the end, if we put the values and we do the negotiate model, we know that everyone wants to have success. Maybe not like in their finances, but maybe they want to have a better life with her husband or wife, or be a better parent, or be a better teacher, or be a better coach, sports coach. So we were only talking about success, and I know that everybody wants to achieve some kind of success in some area of their lives. So that's why we got in love with the word success in Spanish, and we brand a new seminar that is called the science of success. But we put at NLP that science of success because we wanted to know the people, okay, you want to have success, you can come to my seminars that is called Science of Success, but you have to see that NLP is before Science of Success. So success and NLP is going to be related, right? So we start to learn some those tricks in marketing so that people know that if I am talking, I'm not going to talk about the beliefs of success people or talking about some great things. I'm going to teach them how to do it using NLP. So that's why we started doing those kind of seminars and started to have, for example, for the people that know NLP, we had to know if they were coaches already or they wanted to learn NLP and get certified, because you have to treat them differently. So we have, for example, we are going to do a free seminars about how to have more success. So we have a lot of people in our seminars and conferences. But when we said something like, if you want to have more advanced tools of NLP, and then we have a really small group. So we learn how to market and how to project our message for the different kind of people that we have in our audience. So, for example, for the people that know NLP, they were people that were already coaches. They wanted to be coaches, and people that were looking for transformation. Okay, so we have those three people. I know we can extend more to more kind of people, but I really encourage people to use NLP, timeline therapy, and hypnosis for success. So if you go through a value level 4 people, they are not actually looking for success. I'm gonna take control of my life. I don't want to feel this anymore. I want to do great things of those kind of values or beliefs. So we really focus on people that were about to go transition from level 4 to level 5, because we wanted to. We tried and we lost money because we tried to do. Hey, let's go to the values level 4 people, but we couldn't success because I was in front of them and I was talking about you can take control of your lives doing this, and you can get rid of your negative emotions, and the people, they were like, what? And here in South America, we have a lot of people from 2, 3, and 4. So the 2 is very, very strong. We even have recognized as Peruvian, like one of the countries that are more caring, but on the other side, we have some problems with that. So we in our way to know how to market, we understood that our message is not for people that going from values level 4. So that's why we didn't have so much psychologists. And now we are starting to have more psychologists because the impact that we are having now, because they already believing that this works, and they were trying to fight us, but they know that works. I even have a friend that run a school of psychologists here in Peru, and they are talking about NLP now. But I am really proud because we did that, because we believe that we can do that. And And for example, if your message, I believe that you have to focus, or your message has to be focused on what you are going to say, or what you are going to, for example, what's going to be your message, your essence. What do you feel? What do you want to achieve? And what do you want to make your clients or audience or practitioners achieve? Because that's what we do. When we are talking about success, we only have people that want success. And those are the best people because they are willing to do anything to have success. So, and they are willing to pay to learn how to do that. So that's why I believe we have the better people when we say that, or when we link NLP with success. So that's the things, because I know that we can use NLP for a lot of things, but in our cases, we focus really big on success, the word success, how to achieve more success, how to be very motivated, how to get rid of negative emotions, and then you can build your future. So that's the message that we are doing. And one of the things that are very important, that I believe that we got a lot of results for, that is that in all our presentations, we use the format, and we really build a really strong why. When we do that, we learn how to do that here in South America. We have a lot of people that are very interested, and believe me, I have in my trainings, I have 80% people that didn't know NLP, but because they were to our seminars or conferences, they want to learn NLP. 80%. So that's why they didn't thought that this exists, and they didn't thought about becoming a coach or master coach. But we had 80% of our people doing that. And those are the people that, because they like that, they go to our master practice program. So that's a very strong message, because sometimes we say as an NLP trainers, oh, nobody knows NLP or something like that. I believe that that's an opportunity, because those are the best people. After all, we are all looking for success. So that's the thing that I would like you to say. For example, when we are doing the building the strong why, we do the present state, where they are now, and how they are going to be if they do this training, right? So we really do that. We do that very well, and we make them feel what they will be feeling if they go through our trainings. And at the beginning, I had some kind of I had limiting belief, fears, and everything. So uh, I have to say that, but that doesn't matter. We all have that. But the thing is, what are you going to do about that? And the thing that we have, or we can do, is that we have talent therapy. So with that, it's like you don't have any problems. If you have some kind of fear, just get rid of that. You know? If you have some limiting emotions, just get rid of that. You know? And I build my company in that kind of thinking, you know, because I believe that NLP is an attitude. I know that it's a trail of techniques, and it's a methodology and everything. We all know that, and even is in the world is better know that NLP like a trail of techniques. But I believe that it's more an attitude, because if you believe everything that you are saying, if you believe that everybody can change, if you believe that every change is going to be immediately, then anything is going to be easier. So we show that the people see our passion when we do NLP, so they buy from us because of that. So that's a good thing. And I use the seminar that is called NLP, the Science of Success, for all kind of people, for the people that are coaches, but they want to learn more about NLP, that people that think that they know NLP, but I show them that, we have more advanced tools of NLP. And that is when I grab and show them talent therapy. It's like my, I don't know how to say that in English, when you have your app. Yeah, that. So that's why if that's why we have a really strong, how can I say it, tools. They don't have time and therapy, and they don't have hypnosis. I have a lot of companies here in South America that they do like traditional NLP or some NLP coaching, but very basics, only question and answers and that kind of things. So, but if you show them that you have time and therapy, and you can get rid of everything, and you can create your future, and you can have everything that you want, everything that you want. And when I say it, I mean it. They buy from you. So that's how we build our message. We build our system. Last year we have 1,200 people in one NLP Congress, the biggest one in South America. And in this year, in 2 weeks, in June 21st, we are going to have more than 1,600 people from around South America and all the cities of Peru. But the thing is that to get into the people of all around the South America and Peru, we have to build some really strong message, right? So what I said before is that what we are using when we are in front of a lot of people, even when the people are looking for NLP, I have to make. It's like, if you know NLP, you shouldn't have these kind of problems. So you have to see your results. So if you don't have your results, it's because maybe you are not really well trained in NLP. So that's why you have to come to my trainings. So I really built a lot of strong reframes, but I knew that to be able to say those kind of reframes, I have to believe in what I was doing. Yeah. So yes, we work very, very strong on that. So we got okay. Let's keep going. And the other point is that we have to be in front of people very often. We have to be in front of people very often, because there's two main things. One, they are going to know you, and they are going to know that you do some things. And then you also have pictures. So if you're in front of people, you have pictures, or you have videos. So you can post that on your social media. You have to do that. So the people, yes. So yeah, the people look that, oh, you are doing something. You are actually taking action. So that's what inspires people. So that's the one benefit of being in front of people. And the other thing is that you get better every time. You get better every time, because I'm not afraid to be in front of people. I've never was. I was in the United States because I had to do my presentation, that everything in English, and my English was it was like middle English. I didn't know so much as I do now, but that was why, right? But it was a limiting belief, because I thought that because of my language, I'm not going to be able to present very well and those kind of things. But now I had to work that. I had to work with that. But here I try to be in front of people every time. If I have an invitation, I go. Oh, hey, Fabian, can you help us with this kind of people? Can you say something about NLP for 1 hour? Okay, I go. So I have in this month, I visited seven cities. I did like 27 conferences. I had NLP. I had interviews talking about NLP and the science of success, because I believe that the better I do that, the better I will become. But here's the bit back. You have to use the principle of success. You have to calibrate. You have to know if you are doing it right. And if you don't, you have to improve that. So every time I was in front of people, I always do. When I was like, I'm not feeling okay, it's like I didn't do very well in front of people. So I like to go to the park and get the answer what I could do better. So next time I don't feel that way. So that's why I become very powerful doing presentation in front of every kind of people, but actually that make me to choose the kind of people that I want to listen, because you know, if you are going to have some people that if you talk about taking control of their life, they are not going to hear you, so you are losing your time. But I developed that sense of acuity because I was in front of people every time I can. Every time I can. I spend a lot of money. I invest a lot of money. I wouldn't say spend, because everything that you do for yourself or for your brand is an investment. So we invest a lot in doing that, in those kind of things, because if you are in front of people, then you're going to be more confident about what you can do, and then you start building your own way of saying things, and you know which one works and which one doesn't. So that's why we have to be in front of people. The more we present, the better we become. So that's why, but you have to follow the 5 principles of success. And the other things is that
I've muted myself. Let me, before you go further, let's just talk about, so you started getting in front of people, and and if you watched Amy's seminar a couple of weeks ago, she talked about this as well, but you're getting in front of people, you're calibrating your audience, you have amazing sensory acuity, you're getting immediate feedback. How is it that you're, like, let's back it up one step before that. What are you doing to get in front of these people? Like, how is it that you're there? Where did you start to get from in front of one audience to getting in front of an audience of 1,000?
Okay.
Intermediate, if you can just expand.
Perfect. So yes, so I'm gonna be very honest about that, and I'm going to say what I really said to myself like 3 or 4 years ago, where I was now, where I was in that moment. Say where I was. Do the people know me? Do the people know that I'm doing this? Do the people know NLP? So I had to make those kind of questions, because they made me to have a strategy that is going to help me. So if the people didn't know about that I was doing NLP, so if I say, oh, I have a free seminar, you can come to my seminar, they are not going to come, because they don't know that I am doing that. So that's how I started. So I was really honest about where I was. The people didn't know me. When I went to the United States and trained with you and do all the processes, the people didn't know me. I am an industrial engineer. I was traveling around the world building mines. So they didn't know that I was talking about NLP or success or something like that. So the first thing that I do is I have to invest money, and the really fast way to do that is in Facebook, and then inviting people that I didn't know into my free seminars. And then I learned how to do that, how to put people in my seminars, and then build a strong why and why they should have in my trainings, and then I have my practitioner trainings. So that's how I have started. I am still doing that, but the thing is that now I am actually being invited more than creating more events for myself. So that's how I started. For example, last year I had 1,200 people in front of me. A lot of people didn't know about me, but I have to do all the marketing. I have to be on Facebook. I have to be investing in the brand so that people know about that. So that's how I do it. I am in the cause. I'm not going to say something like, oh, nobody invites me, or I'm not, I don't have any good contacts like, oh, I know a friend of the president of Peru, so they can put me in front of people. No, I don't have any of that. I'm an introvert. I'm just me, my friends, and my family, and that's it. So I didn't know a lot of people to connect. So that's why I said I was very honest. I didn't have like really important names as friends that can help me to build my brand. So I had to start from the bottom. I paid the Facebook. I invited them to my seminars. They were there. They were free, and then I started learning how to sell them to my practitioner trainings. That's how I started.
No, that's really helpful because nobody that I talk to on a regular basis has a famous audience base either. I mean, we get famous after a while. Now you are, right? So, no, that's perfect. I'll let you continue. Did you have more to present? Because I do have questions popping up. And if you do, I'm going to let you go a little bit longer, and then I'm going to take the questions. And guys,
Perfect.
I love you. Stop texting me your questions. Just put them in the panel, okay? All right, I'm gonna put the camera back on you.
Okay, no, I guess we can take the questions because I did I took all my notes. I already know that I already said everything, so I guess we can take the questions.
Okay.
And
oh, go ahead.
Yes, one thing that is really really important is that we have to be congruent with our message. So I knew that when I decided to talk about success. If I am going to talk about success, I'm better starting having success for myself. So that's when I have to put a lot of challenges and show them and show the people that I am achieving this, I am achieving this, I am achieving this, I am achieving this. So they see everything that you are learning now or everything that you are hearing from me now is because I achieved those things. So, and I knew that it was like psychological. So that's why, for example, if I run a marathon, it's going to make me feel that I succeed in that. So when I am talking about success, people are going to believe me because I already did something that it's making me proud. So that's the way we think. When we said, oh, we are going to have a congress and the biggest congress in South America with 1,200 people or more, and we are going to have people from all over South America. I said, nobody knew who Fabian was, and I have 4 people in my team, and now I have a bigger team. But because we have to believe that we can achieve great things using Thailand therapy, NLP, and hypnosis, we have to show the people you can make this reality. But before I say that to you, I'm going to show you how to do it. So that's very powerful for us because it's our philosophy. And my team is always saying something like, Fabian, what is next? What is next? What is next? And I didn't know that I was doing that. It was unconscious, but somebody said, what is next, Fabian? It's going to be bigger, right? I said, oh. So then is when I realized it's what I am doing here, right? So that's why we said, oh, this Congress has to be bigger than the last one. And then we are going to do more trainings. And then I'm going to the HUNA. So I have to like keep growing and keep learning and be congruent with what I am saying, right? So that's the thing that I wanted to share. And the other thing is, the thing that was very powerful for us is that we focused on trainings. So everything that we build, our web, our Facebook page, Instagram, and everything that we say, it was about come to our trainings, come to our trainings, come to our trainings. Everything that we invest, it was for the trainings, because we knew that we wanted people that see us as an NLP school, not as Fabiano NLP and can help you with your things. No, we are a school and we can train you for that. So when people come to me and said, Fabian, can you help me with this? Okay, come to my training. We will figure that out in the training. So I did have a lot of results. I have people with anxiety, depression, with broke, and come to my trainings and we will solve there. And we did. So I believe that was very powerful because at the beginning I was like, I wanted to do everything. But then we said, no, we are going to establish ourselves as the biggest NLP school. So that's what I wanted to say. Now we can take questions.
That's beautiful. No, and it's perfect. You are very congruent, and to make to make your options so narrow is great for sales. Now, I have a question though before I take those questions. I heard a bell and some clapping. Is that a sales thing in your office?
No, 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 no. Something like that, but they are celebrating something else. So don't
Oh,
worry
okay.
about
I was gonna say, I'm like, that's a really good idea for a sales team. I heard ding, 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 yay! I was like,
yeah, yeah.
my ears picked that up. Okay, so so let me, Gina, I see your questions coming in. I'm gonna get Amy's first. Okay, goes back here. Amy, where are you? Where's your question? Where's your question? Okay, so she was asking, do you pick out the values levels of your audience that you want to market to before you start marketing?
Yes, I, I do that, but I really learned that on my way of learning how to sell my trainings. As I said before, we started to talk about to talk about NLP in front of a lot of people, but we knew that in our trainings we have people that were going from level 4 to level 5, or they were already on level 5 and going to other levels. So I remember when I sit down with my team and said, we are going to have people that are really buying our message. So let's analyze this. We have people from these values, these values, these values. So 90% of people are there. So maybe we are doing that, and we are very congruent doing this kind of messaging for those kind of people. So now we know that. That's why we didn't know at the beginning how to how to experience that, but now we do now. We do now. I believe it's really important. For me, values is like,
Yeah. And Amy touched on that last week too. So it makes it really easy when advertising, what kind of keywords to put in there, what's your talk tracks like, what's the content of your intros. Okay, there's another one. How did you get to, well, I think I asked this, but there was a specific question. How did you get to get in front of all the other conferences, or how did you get to the other conferences? It was in the middle of your presentation. Someone messaged that.
yeah, yeah. um, as I said before, I had to start building my own brand. So we invest a lot of doing marketing in Facebook and using MailChimp. So people are invited to my free seminars, and then I give them the idea and sell them the trainings, and then I start doing the trainings. And as soon as we start having NLP trainings, I start getting testimonies and pictures and videos and everything. So we start like everything, show what we are doing to people. That's why we are very congruent. In South America, there is no company that has a lot of testimonies that are building the web, the Facebook and the web page as we are doing it. So yes, we do that.
No, it's good. You're taking advantage of the moment when the people are in the state, not taking advantage a bad way. You're taking the opportunity to get testimonies, and that opportunity slips past you if you don't do it then. So it's genius, really. So
yeah, the thing is that when we have our first NLP coaching training, because we did the NLP coaching training first, and then we do the NLP practitioner with the 4 certifications. So the thing is that the people really liked, and they were very happy about that. So I will remember we said, why don't we take the testimony from them? And we start like and we set our standard. We are used to get over your expectations. So we guarantee that. And then we record every testimony that we can. And it's like, I believe that we have 100 how do you say that in English?
100% satisfaction, guaranteed.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. There's a question also here. What is your vision? So when people come to your seminars and they saw and experienced your passion, what did they want to do everything?
Mm, for example, I didn't get a question. So what is my vision is the
So
first
let's break
question.
it. Yeah. What's the vision?
Okay.
And then when people came to your seminars and they got in your presence and they got to see and feel and hear and notice your passion, did they want to, it wasn't just, were they compelled to want to do everything, or was there probably a process in which you presented it? I don't, I'm mind reading a lot here, and if you want to clarify the question, I'm happy, but let's answer it that way.
Okay. So the first thing is that my vision is that I really want to be known, or I mean the company AHPNL as the largest NLP company in South America, and we are willing to do that. We are willing to do whatever it takes to do that. So that's why we are thinking next year we have to. We've been through Ecuador, Colombia, Peru, almost all the cities. And then we have an invitation from Argentina that I'm going to go in September. So we want to get in other countries and get the message know. But the thing is that as we were thinking about that, we were starting to receive people coming from other countries. We have people from Panama, Colombia, Ecuador, Guatemala, Costa Rica, and Colombia. I said already Colombia. So we start having people from other countries to come into our training. So that was very powerful for us. And when the people feel that, the second questions, I believe if I understand if they want to take everything, most of them yes. But the thing is that they want for example, it's going to depend. If you have people that are already thinking about learning be an NLP coach or be an NLP practitioner, they usually want to do everything. So I want to NLP practitioner and then the master practice, and then I want to do everything. But there are people that are coming here from personal transformation. So that's very important. I showed my trainings not as only as certification program, is also a transformation process. So I have to know where do I say what, because some people are looking for the certifications, and I have other people that are looking for transforming or have more success in their lives. So I have to know what they are looking for, and then I have to show them that everything is going to be possible if you come to my trainings. So I hope I answered that well.
Yeah, she said it, you answered it perfectly. And then Amy commented, she said it's the science of entrainment. If you're excited about your training, people will be excited about your training. Yeah, this is basic physics, she said. We're gonna wrap up soon, but I just wanted, there was another question I was thinking of. Well, first of all, I don't want it to let it go past the master trainer participants who are watching this, that you said that last year you only had 4 weekends off.
Yes.
So just to get a picture, guys, of how often he's in front of people, that's 52 minus 4, 48 weekends he's training. And you probably do a lot more during the week. Now that increases your odds of your exposure time, so you're in front of a lot of people, so increases your odds of taking your practitioners that were at 15, which is a lot anyway, to go to 50. I mean, that's how you really get in front of those numbers. If you're closing about 80%, this is a numbers game. So I didn't want that to go past, and I commend you for it, because that's really like walking the walk, right?
Yes.
And then if you could just talk about, you did mention about developing different type of webinars between the non-NLP and the NLP audiences, the people that know what NLP is, and then the ones that don't. Can you give me some examples like of practical steps that they can take from this idea? Like if you were to say, hey, if you're going to develop an intro, develop one like this, one like that for this type of audience. If you can kind of go through your mindset on that.
Yeah. What I would say is that I use that for everyone. The people that know NLP and don't know NLP. I really feel a really strong why, but the why is very related with success and everything that is involved with that. So, for example, would you like to get rid of negative emotions and therefore you can get more success? Are you, or for example, or would you like to know how to get rid of your limiting decisions and then you can create a future that you want? So I use the whys and the questions very strong, but are related to timeline therapy, NLP, and also related with success. So that's why I use the same speech now, because they are all related. If I am teaching timeline therapy and I am teaching, you hear that, right?
Yeah.
They celebrate every sale that they do.
That's
Yeah,
what I thought that's great. I love
to
it.
be very honest with you. Yeah, yeah.
We have a
I
bell
didn't
in
know
the
you
Chat
could
James
hear that.
company office too. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. And that's why when I was doing, let's do this brand, NLP, the science of success. So for example, when I said, who here comes because they want to learn NLP, and they raise their hands, and I believe 20% of people already know NLPs, 20 or less. But who here likes the word success, or who here came here because they want to have more success in life? And everybody is like raising their hands. So that's how I build that. The intro is very powerful in success, and the what I talk about, what I start talking about what success is and what NLP and timeline therapy is. And then I explain about the mind, how the mind works, and I use the NLP model, communication model. So it's the thing that I have in my book, because I use that because it's very easy to, if people, I don't know where is it, but if people, if people know how this works, everything is going to be easier. If you want some, like a trick, use the NLP model of communication, because you can show NLP here and timeline therapy here. If you change this, you're going to change your result. If you change this, you're going to change your results. So, but then before you have to, they have to know that the success is going to be related with the mind, the psychology part. And if they pick that, they are going to follow all your seminar or the intro, because the people that I have in my seminars, like 99% knows that thoughts are related with results and thoughts are related with success. So I start, my interest is going to that way. So I really build a strong why about how to get more success, I get rid of everything that is limiting you, and then how the mind works, and the thoughts is very important. But in NLP we have some specific model that you can use to change all the way you are processing your thoughts and your internal representations and your filters and everything, and you are going to have more results. So then the people are going to say, but how do I do it? How do I change this? How do I change an experience from the past? How do I get rid of negative emotion? How can I get more money? How can I get rid of all this guilt or pain that I feel, blah, blah. And then is when I said, then you have to go to my trainings.
Yeah.
There in my training is where you are going to learn how to do that. And I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show that in front of you, and then you're going to do that. And somebody's going to do that to you.
Right.
So the people, that's why I have more people that came to me because they want personal transformation, and then they get in love with NLP and timeline therapy. So I have to, but if you see is like, it's equal. I just, my seminars are similar for each other. So even know NLP, don't know NLP. But when they know NLP, they think that they know NLP, but they actually don't know NLP. So that I have to be very honest.
Not until they go to your school, they don't.
Yes.
Another question. Before you talked about how you used Facebook, so to get a lot of people, gather a lot of people into your intros. So if someone was just starting today in their NLP business, which many people who are year one here, and they either just created a Facebook or whatever, I mean, some people don't have this. Is there like one tip that you can give them to start from like zero advertisement about their NLP to going where you like in the right direction, like one little action step that can get them started?
Perfect. So the very first thing you have to get the accountability. So you have to know your outcome. You have to know how many people you are going to get in your first training, and you actually have to set the date. So I did that. So it's November 11, and I'm going to have 20 people in front of me. I said that. So then is how I'm going to do that. So that's the first thing that we all have to do that, because if you don't set a day, your mind is going to tell you maybe next month, and then you are losing time, and then you don't do it. And the other thing is that you have to be able to do the math and thinking numbers. So I'm gonna have 20 people. If I am now in my office, but if I would have if I would be in my house, I will show you that I have all my goals in my notebook. I said I'm going to have blah blah blah, and I say a specific number, because that's when I come to my office and said we are going to have this quantity of numbers in our trainings for this training, for this training, for this training. So that's why I because I know that I have to feel, I have to believe it, so in order to attract that. So that's why I have to really convince myself that I can do that. And so that's why that's the very first thing. You have to know how many people do you want in your first training, and then then take action, obviously. But if you don't have enough people, it's going to be okay. You have to do the sensory acuity part. So what can I do better? What can I do more, or what can I improve, and answer those kind of things. That's the things that when you are planning your business. But the other thing that is very important for me is that I have to believe everything that I am doing, and I have to become better trainer every time. I have to become better in everything every time. So the way I do that is being in front of people every time. So for example, I'm going to say, in July 1st, I'm going to have 10 people or whatever number, 10 people, okay. But also I want to be a really good trainer, and I want to impact them. So I have to start talking about NLP to my friends, have to practice NLP. So when I have an opportunity to talk about NLP, do a presentation, or meet with a friend, I talk about that because I want to become better. I want my nervous system to recognize this way of living, this philosophy, this attitude. So that's very important for me. That's why the more trainings I have, the better trainer I become. So actually, it's a good thing to have a lot of trainings in the year, because it's not like, oh, I'm not going to have time. No, it's like you are going to become better, and while you become better, then you're going to have more people in your trainings, and then it's going to be easier to have more people in your trainings, because you already built a brand, you already attract those kind of people, you already know how to do that. So, and then you're going to build a team, because you have to build a team that are sharing your vision. So that's the thing. I really take advantage of everything. For example, when I did the Congress last year, I said, okay, I'm gonna do this big event, and I have to make sure that my message is okay. So I started doing before the event. I started saying what I was going to say when I was in front of 1,000 people. is the similar for the trainings, and be very. And the other thing is to have dates, but not only for your first training, for your second one, you have to have dates. It's really good for your mind. So you start believing that you have a NLP school. And then if you said that day, you are going to kill to have the training that day.
Yeah.
And I think that affects in your behaviors. That's the belief that we have here in the AHPNL.
Yeah. And then just quickly, people are kind of just wondering like what they trying to find out what their pricing range is in their own business. And we just had a question coming up, like, what's your pricing range? I know you talked about you had free intros and then you have, you know, different trainings. Like what's your range of prices that you're charging for like a you know, you just tell me on all the different types of things.
So okay, I'm gonna say you the rates. So, for example, I do have free trainings or free seminars that are for 1 or 2 or 3 hours at most. Then I have some seminars in the weekends. See, that's where I get better. When I want to try something new, when I want to add something into my trainings, I do that on my seminars. So that's a way I can practice. So you have to think that way. Every training that you are giving, you are also practicing yourself to become a better training. So the charge, for my weekend seminars, it's like $100, $200, $300. Depend of where I go. It's depend of where I go. Yeah, because there are cities that are paying more than another cities.
Yeah.
So it's going to be okay because I take that as a training. I take that as exposure. I take that as people know me better. I take that because I'm gonna be able to have pictures so I can post it on Facebook. So a lot of benefits of doing trainings. When I had my very first free training, I had 1 people. I remember when my friend called me and said, Fabian, we only have 1 people in the seminar. I said, this decision is going to shape my life. So I said, let's do that seminar with that 1 people, because that decision is going to make our business grow. So I had 1, and then I have 2, and then I have 4, and then I have 10, and then 20. So I really believed everything that I am telling you, because you know that you are getting better, you know what to do better and everything. So that's from the seminar. So don't worry about the people, worry about how are you going to perform there, and then you have to improve because you get better, and then it's going to be easier for you to have more people. I had very difficult time to have 20 people in my seminars, or 20 people. Now I have easy in 4 or 5 days. I have 200. It got easier, but because the work that I put, the flexibility, the improvements, because I know now I in front of people and just speak, because I already integrate everything in my unconscious mind. So that's everything that we should know. It's like I'm training.
Yeah.
So that's the mindset that I believe that we should have. And the NLP trainings, because now I am doing the 4 certifications. Only that, I'm not doing separated. Is around $2,500 and $3,200. It's around that.
Yeah, perfect. That's good.
I don't know if it's expensive or cheap, but I said we are going to put those.
Listen, there's no judgment here. This is it's what you're doing. It's working. You're having 1,200 people in front of you.
Yes.
I mean, and if you're delivering value and your students are getting continued value and you're getting value, you're priced perfectly. And
yes.
You know, that's how it is. And
we believe that. We believe that. There were a lot of companies that said, "Oh, Fabian is getting more success here in Peru, So let's open our NLP school, and we are going to charge less, but they don't have the results that we have.
You told me this, yeah.
So
Like,
they don't even do the training. So example, go to NLP practitioner working.
I don't know if it's my connection or yours.
Is it working?
You're frozen a little bit, but
I don't know.
I think we have we have your Spanish market competition asking about your prices of practitioner, master practitioner here, all in good fun. And he's just asking, what are you pricing your master practitioner at?
The master practice between 3,500 to 3,800 is in between.
Good, yeah.
But as I like to sell the brand and the master practice together, so I give a better pricing when they buy both. I don't know if you hear me.
Yep, we can hear you. You're giving a package price when you commit to practitioner, master practitioner at once. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
I think you're getting a lot of activity. It's Thursday night. People are doing sales transactions. They're running credit cards through the air right now. It's breaking down the transmission of the webinar. Those are good problems to have in business.
Yeah, sorry about that, but yes, those are good problems to have.
I just want to sum up something because I just want to have the master trainers have really practical tips. Earlier today when we were setting up the video, you talked about having really solid Instagram and really solid Facebook presence. And when you did some mass marketing and you paid for these marketing services through Facebook?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Then you're basically drawing an audience in front of your intros, and then you're scheduling. And someone asked every weekend, yes, every single weekend he has a training, either a weekend seminar, a 3-day seminar, a 5-day, a 7-day, or your master practitioners are 2 weeks, correct?
Yes.
2
it's
weeks.
Like I cannot have any free time. I said, oh, I have free time here, let's do something here. So it's like the way we work here.
So the combination is having exposure, having a good solid marketing campaign, having the people in front of you always continuously, and sales is a numbers game. You're in front of people, you're closing people, you're going to have large numbers.
It's important. It's like sales is like everything that you do, you have to be selling something. So you have to know how to sell. I am already, for example, one of my philosophies of life is I have to start reading sales or learning about sales every month. For example, this week I'm going to know more about sales, and then I read about NLP, other stuff, and then I go back to sales because I want that muscle keep growing, because sales is everything. Yes. Sales is everything. If we have to know how to sell things.
Beautiful. Well, I'm going to wrap it up now. Guys, the ones who had to leave, bye. Thank you so much. I'm going to say thank you to a second, but guys, right now, based on what Fabian has been talking about us and building on what Amy, if you haven't watched Amy's webinar about how to get leads and get in front of people in meetup group, watch that video now, do the projects associated with it. It'll fit in perfectly with the foundation for what Fabian told us. You can look at project number 11, 16, 19, 24, 25, 26. These are all things that will help you have a great plan to who to market to, who to have in front of you. If you do the projects associated with Amy's webinar, you're going to learn to what values levels are you going to talk to, so you can incorporate everything that he's learned today. Fabian, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You're an excellent model for the master trainer people in this program. Thank you for your assistance. Thank you for sharing your beautiful knowledge about your sales and marketing tips. Appreciate it.
Thank you for everything. Thank you for the invitation, for what you are doing, because these kind of meetings are really powerful for me, and I know that for everybody.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Bye, guys. I'll see you this summer. All my coaching assistants, love you. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.